Let's look for a moment at this left-hand icon bar that came out with QuickBooks 2013. It's changed just a little bit with 2014. The change I want to point out here is if I select this to be my not my open windows list, but my view balances list, this is now customizable, which it has never been before. And actually, this is something a lot of people have wanted, and finally we get that. So we can decide now what accounts we want to appear on the view balances list and which that we don't. So we pick the type of account. Here we want to look at bank accounts or accounts receivable. We can add, we can remove, we can move them up and down so that they're in the order that we want them to be, much more user-friendly than it has been in the past. The add time cost feature in QuickBooks has been greatly improved with the 2014 product. If you've used that before, you'll appreciate this. I'm going to select this 75 Sunset Road job for Patel Real Estate. I'm going to create a new invoice for that. And that's going to fill in here in just a second. Okay, so this is the available estimates pop-up. Wants to know if I want to use an estimate to create the invoice from. I'm going to click cancel because I don't want that. This is the window that I want. Billable time costs. We're going to select billable time and cost for this invoice. And the add time cost window comes up, and it's going to show this whole list of time that's available to go onto this invoice. And what's new is that these can now be sorted. So I can click on the employee column header and it will sort by employee or by subcontractors. If I was using subcontractors as vendors here, I could sort that. I could sort by the service that was done. What this does is it lets me congregate these things into the way the list is sorted so that I can pick the ones that I want and bring them together into one section of the invoice. So I have clients that use this extensively, creating multi-page invoices, and will have page after page of the add time costs rows and lines, and then before 2014 it wasn't sortable. So you would have to just scroll through page after page looking to get all of the same contractor together or looking to get all of the same service or item together on the invoice, and it was very, very tedious. Now that's been much improved. The last thing that we'll look at in detail in the QuickBooks 2014 video that we're doing here is the Payroll Center. Functionally, it really hasn't changed, but the screens are different and it shows more information than it did in the past. You can see these tabs right here: pay employees, pay liabilities, file forms. All that information used to be on one page, on one screen. It was just 3 different sections. Now, in order to fit more information on the screen at a time, QuickBooks has taken those and broken those out into 3 tabs. So instead of just the create payroll, which would have been the top third right here, we now have a list of recent payrolls that have been completed. In the bottom section, we have different documents and so on that might be helpful. If I click over to pay liabilities, there's a section that will show the liabilities that we need to pay, just as we did before, but then added to that is a list of liabilities that have been paid recently. That, I think, is pretty handy. And then a list of documents below that. And you can see it's a little slow coming up here, but I want you to get a look at that before we close out the video. There we go. So you can see there's a lot more information available here, although, like I say, functionally it all works the same, so it should be familiar for you, but you'll have more information there. There are other small changes in QuickBooks 2014, but we didn't include all of them. We included those that were the largest and those that would affect the most people. You can create sales reps for jobs now rather than just customers, and there are some new icons. But like I said, we tried to just include those things that would affect the most people. I hope it's been helpful, and thanks for watching.